Hey guys, Peter here. A couple of weeks ago, I uploaded one of my songs to YouTube and got some good reactions. One of the people in the comments reacted with that it would be nice to have a tutorial on how to make music like that in Fruity Loop Studio Mobile. And that's what I'm trying to record today. I hope you guys um, learn something from it. First, I'm let you listen to what I uploaded in the first place for a little bit. So that's only a small part, of course, but well, let's start from scratch. I'm gonna start a new song. Put the tempo to 130 beats per minute. Wait a second, like that. And then, well, if you don't know anything about Fruity Loops Studio Mobile, maybe it's good to explain that in the bottom part right here is the piano. On the top part, the top left part here, you can add instruments, and on the part here on the right top, you can add effects. There's more, but we'll come to that in a minute, I guess. So first, I'm gonna add a sampler. And Fruity Loop Studio Mobile has a lot of sounds already packed with it. I'm going to use those sounds for this this tutorial today. Maybe I'll try to upload this project file, and I also have some expansion sets with the sounds. And if I upload this project file, you probably are not able to listen to the project file as intended. So I'm just going to stick with the basic sounds of Fruity Loop Studio Mobile. I'll try to at least. That's why I'm opening the kick folder, and then we have to search for a kick that sounds good for techno, of course. When you're previewing sounds, when you click on the right here, it will play back the sample in a high note. And when you click on the left, it will play back the sample in a lower note. So you can hear it in different frequencies to find the right kick. I like this one, so I'm going to use this kick for now. Just click away, and now Fruity Loops Mobile loaded this kick into the sampler. Usually I use the piano on the bottom to find the note I want to use for this kick drum, and already know that's on a C4. So I'm just going to draw that in. By the way, I'm using Fruity Loop Studio Mobile on the Samsung Tab S7 Plus, and I have a stylus with that. So I'm usually using the stylus every now and then. I'm just also doing it by hand, but the stylus gives me a little bit more control. So we added these bass drums to the pattern, and we just click away on the X right there in the top corner. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clone this channel, and I'm going to add effects to the second the second bass drum, and I'm gonna double click here on the icon on the left to open some extra options, and I'm going to use this button solo to solo the bass drum. And now I'm going to use an effect here on the right. I just click the plus, and I'm going to use a filter. I want to leave it on low pass filter. I'm just reduce the frequency so that mainly only the bass from this kick drum stays. The rest gets filtered out. And what I also want to do is I want to use a little bit of attack on the sampler, on this slider. You can still hear a little bit of the punch of the bass drum, and I don't want that. For this second bass drum, I basically only want the bass, so I'm just going to open this slider up a little bit so that the attack of the bass is, well, basically disappearing, or the punch. and we only left with the second part of the kick drum, which is the bass. So now we've done that, we can just unsolo this. We can hear both of them in the same time. And now I'm going to drag the second one around for a little bit. So I'm gonna double click this thing to open it, and when you hold down your finger, or in my case the stylus, you get this selection box, so you can select multiple notes at the same time. Also going to click on the magnet right there, so I can just scale this separate from the grid, else it will be snapping to the grid. And now I'm going to slide this back and forward a little bit to find a sweet spot. You'll hear in a second what it does. The only thing that's a little bit irritating is that you need to let go of it. You need to release your finger or your stylus for this effect to work. So I'm just going to slide it for a little bit, and you can't hear it now, but when I release my stylus, you can hear what's doing, right? Okay. The thing is, if you drag this right too much, like so, the loop gets extended. So we need to make this loop a little bit shorter. Don't want to make the notes shorter, because I want to have the option to slide it wherever I want it to find the sweet spot. But I'm going to use, wait a second, I'm going to use the magnet again, and then make it a little bit shorter loop. And I can place these notes wherever I want without having to worry that it's extending my loop. So I think basically almost in the middle sounds the best, probably. And let me show to you with and without this second effect. So I'm just going to, well, basically turn it off. So this is only the kick drum, and then with the added bass sound from the kick drum, it sounds like this. So there's a little more bounce to it, right? Okay, so the next thing I want to do is add a bass sound, another bass sound. I'm going to use again the DW sampler for that. We'll open the bass folder, and well, you can just basically click through that. But I know the first one, the bass attack, is working for what I intend to explain to you guys. So we'll just load the bass attack and just click away again, so that it's loaded into the sampler. And what I want to be doing, I'm click on the magnet again for this thing to snap to the grid. What I want to do is I want to add a note to the second, third, and fourth count of every bass drum. So like that. Every now and then I'm also using the first count, but I'm not going to do that today. And what I want to do is I want to automate the velocity of these this sample. This little round part here seems to be a little bit hidden, but if you drag that up, then you get the velocity of the notes. And I'm going to change the velocity of the first note so that it's a little bit softer, like so. I usually also do the last note a little bit softer. Like that. And I'm also going to add an effect called delay. So there are two delays. I usually use the trance delay for this. Set it to ping pong. And the thing with the trance delay, it's way too exaggerated by default, and when you click this slider icon, then you get some sort of dry wet slider or a main slider for this effect. So when we press play again, just drag that down a little bit so that's not too much. And of course the bass sounds maybe a little bit too loud. We can also change that, of course. Just click away here on the cross on I want to explain to you guys is a very important effect for the tracks I made. Just going to use the sampler again. I didn't want to use the expansion back, right? So I have to find some lead sound. It might work. Okay, just going to draw in a couple of longer notes. And I know this sounds terrible, but bear with me here. I'm going to use the plus sign again and add the autoduck effect. And autoduck is, well, basically something like a sidechain compression, if you know what that is. But it's simpler. You don't need to do as much as you need to do for sidechain compression to work. So basically, I'm just preview this part of the song, only this channel. Press preview, and when we increase the ducking effect, you can already hear what it's doing, right? So this is without ducking, and that is with ducking. And when we press preview again, to hear also the other sounds, and then press play, you can hear it even better. So this is with auto ducking on and with auto ducking off. So maybe we can use a little bit of attack even. So let me just undo that. So let's add a little delay to that as well. Oh, so I used the wrong delay now. Did the tape delay, but you can replace that there. And replace it for a trans delay. Ping pong it. Have the slider a little bit back. Maybe set this to a different timing. Okay, sounding good. Too hard, of course. Duplicate this again, clone it, delete that one. It's the volume a little bit softer. And we can just start playing with this. Or you can zoom in and out of the piano here, down here, just on this part of the piano. You use two fingers, you can make the keys a little bit bigger or smaller. Well, and those are some tricks I use in making my music. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments, and I'll try to answer them. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.